After being held hostage for a whole year by a part-timer carrying both of the top belts in the company, WWE finally made the decision to introduce another top prize, with Triple H unveiling the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. With the draft now in hindsight, we finally have a clear picture as to who can compete for the new title. With that being said, these are the 5 best picks to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Honorable mention, Edge. Now I know he was drafted to SmackDown, that's why I put him as an honorable mention, which is a shame because he would have been number 1 on this list had he been drafted to Raw. Just imagine if Edge, the man who was forced to retire and give up his title, came back after 9 long years and finally won back the championship that he never lost before riding off to the sunset. Man, this would have been the perfect fairy tale ending for Edge's career, having one last title run and finally closing that chapter for good. With Edge hinting that he might retire this year, it's unlikely that this would even happen, but in the WWE, nothing is ever set in stone. Number 5. Cody Rhodes. It is undeniable that Cody is probably one of the odds-on favorites to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. By drafting him and Roman Reigns on different brands, WWE made it clear that the American Nightmare won't be getting that WrestleMania rematch anytime soon. His case for winning the title is pretty strong, with him probably being the most over guy in WWE right now, aside from one other person we'll talk about later. In terms of marketability, Cody is the perfect candidate to be the face of the Raw brand. He's got the looks, a strong fan support, and his promos are the definition of perfection. However, the reason why he's at the bottom of this list is simply because it doesn't make sense for his narrative. Cody Rhodes came back to the WWE with one goal in mind, to finish the story by winning the title his father never had, the WWE Championship. Putting the strap to him now would be telling the wrong story, and it would also be the biggest cop-out move. The win would look more like WWE giving Cody a consolation prize or a participation trophy with his loss to Roman still fresh in our minds. This would instantly diminish both the man and the title's credibility. Now, that doesn't mean Cody can't win the title later on, but for now, he's the best wrong choice out of everyone on this list. At number 4, Matt Riddle. A bit of a dark horse pick, Riddle has been on the cusp of becoming a main event level star ever since being put in a program with the Bloodline and then having a white hot feud with Seth Rollins. At one point, he even challenged Roman Reigns for the undisputed title in a losing effort. After being written off TV for a few months due to a failed drug test suspension, Riddle came back after WrestleMania and seems to have picked up where he left off. So what better way to cement someone in the main event picture but by strapping the rocket to him by having him win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Riddle has shown that he's more than ready for it, and the fans surely agree. Having Riddle as your top champion opens up new and exciting feuds with guys like Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, and even Gunther. Heck, how about Riddle and Rollins revisiting their legendary feud last year, this time with the title on the line? If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe as it would really help me a lot and it lets me know that you want to see this kind of content. Number 3. Finn Balor. Balor has had a career renaissance as of late ever since turning to the dark side and aligning himself with the Judgment Day. It seemed as though Balor's best days were behind him after a lackluster US title reign. But fast forward a year later, he's been thriving as a member of one of the most dominant factions in wrestling today. The case for Balor is simple. At age 41, he's still performing at an elite level and is one of the best wrestlers today. This wouldn't be his first time being put in a position like this either. Remember, Balor was the very first Universal Champion, and while things didn't go as planned with him being forced to relinquish the title due to an injury, it's about time that he gets another shot at redemption with the World Heavyweight title. The Judgment Day are on a high since late last year, and with Mommy Rhea Ripley winning the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania, they need to keep the momentum going by winning more championships. I have no doubt that the Judgment Day will take over as the top faction in the WWE once the Bloodline blows up sooner rather than later. And what better way to legitimize their position at the top than by having all 4 members clad in gold. Number 2. Drew McIntyre. Having McIntyre be the guy to build your brand around is a no-brainer. He was once called the chosen one for a reason. Everything about this man just screams world champion. He's got the size, the charisma, and best of all, you can always depend on him to put on banger after banger after banger. It's a shame then that Drew never really got a proper run as the top champion. His reign came at an unfortunate time when the world shut down. But even still, he had a great run as champion, having standout feuds with the likes of Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, and Randy Orton. He would eventually lose the title twice, once to Randy Orton and then to The Miz. McIntyre played a pivotal role in carrying the WWE during one of its darkest periods, and he deserves more credit for that alone. After being placed in a feud with Baron Corbin which felt like forever, he would once again be positioned at the top of the card, having a brief feud with Roman for the undisputed WWE titles late last year. Many wanted Drew to be the guy to finally dethrone the Tribal Chief, but like many that came before him, it ended with a disappointing loss. Since then, Drew has been bouncing from one feud to another with little to no indication that he would ever win the big one again. With reports of Drew expressing his frustrations over his current position in the company, it would be wise for WWE to throw him a bone by winning the new title or risk losing him to the competition. And that just might be the case. If recent rumors are true, then we might be seeing Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions. Raw looks like it's in need of more top heels, so if he does manage to win, it would be interesting to see McIntyre's run as champion, not as a face, but as the brand's top heel. Speaking of, at number 1, Seth FREAKIN Rollins. This man needs no introduction. His pedigree, pun intended, speaks for itself. A Grand Slam champion, Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner, the man has done it all. If there's anyone more deserving to be the inaugural WWE World Heavyweight Champion, it's none other than Seth Rollins. To say that Rollins has been on a hot streak the past year or so would be an understatement. The Visionary has been putting on Match of the Year candidates with the likes of Cody Rhodes, Edge, and Matt Riddle. He also managed to elevate the US title scene when he got included in the mix late last year. His in-ring work is impressive, no doubt, and that's already expected since he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. But even more impressive is his character work. After losing favor with the fans towards the end of his second WWE Championship reign, Rollins would redesign, rebuild, and reclaim back his good image, crafting the best gimmick he's ever had with the Visionary. He even managed to seamlessly transition this Joker-esque persona from top heel to beloved babyface without making a single change. He simply got over with the fans. As I alluded to earlier, Rollins is probably the most over guy in the company right now, next to Cody Rhodes, with the crowd serenading his song everywhere he goes. With all that being said, it's surprising that Seth hasn't held the top title for 4 years now, and it's about damn time he did so again with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins has already proven himself to be more than capable of handling the pressure of being the top champion, as he carried the company on his back for the better part of 2015, and he would have carried it for longer had he not suffered an untimely injury which sidelined him for months. Will the Visionary be the inaugural champion? We'll find out soon enough. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship represents opportunity. For the first time in a long time, we'll finally get a world title that gets defended on a consistent basis. And that's why it's crucial for WWE to get the first months right, as it will determine how this new title will be valued. But if we're being honest, they'd probably just give it to Roman.